Whether it's Standard coming back to a store near you, spoilers from Fallout the Commander deck series, or even play boosters, the market we're seeing this week is radically different from the last several weeks. In today's video, we're going to be discussing some of the highest selling cards in Magic. These volumes are off the charts, and these are cards players probably need to know about. With a few simple announcements, Wizards of the Coast has generated enough reprint equity to probably fill an entire Master Series set. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me on the channel today. Of course, this is a Saturday edition of the Top 10. These are the hottest selling cards by volume each week. Okay, now the reserve list top 10 happens on Sunday, but this is just the hottest selling cards in Magic, okay guys? These don't have to be the most expensive cards, but they often lead players to understand which cards and which decks are being constructed because these have the highest volume sales, and you'll see they connect to all kinds of crazy decks out there. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and of course, if you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. New content every single day of the week. Guys, what can I say? As soon as you announce play boosters, players start looking for cards. They start looking for cheap boxes. We know that's going on right now. It's still a thing. I don't know how many are going to sell for the intervening weeks, but right now, it's still quite a few sales going on, especially boxes that are cheap and on sale. Players have this idea that maybe they can generate wealth, or they just want to take advantage of cheap boxes, knowing that a more expensive product is coming. Again, there's no guarantee that's not going to get dumped on Amazon, but it's a whole separate issue. Then you've got all those spoilers coming out that we saw from the Fallout Collector, Commander deck series and the Collector box. Some of these cards have revitalized all kinds of interest in singles of all kinds of older sets. They are on the list this week. These cards have never made the list, and now they're just surging in there with thousands of sales, guys. We even have Lord of the Rings making an appearance again. These things are off the charts. It is crazy to see how with a few announcements, a few keywords, and a few awesome looking cards, players just dive into this stuff. Remember, some of these cards are probably going to be already surged in price. You'll already notice probably even higher sales volumes by the time you're watching my video, but this is the stuff that's going on in the market right now. Whenever Wizards of the Coast makes an announcement, there'll be some speculators, there'll be some players. Speculators will try to corner the market on certain cards, but players just need to get 1 or 2 copies if it's for Commander, a play set of 4 if they're going back to Standard, or maybe they just want to buy a Commander deck and pick up a few key singles to outfit that deck later on. No matter what reason or what corner of the market you find yourself in, sometimes it's a rat race to try to get your card before somebody else causes that market to surge up in price. To me, it looks like some speculators are back in the market. You guys will leave some comments at the end of the video. Let me know what you think when you see these volumes. I know Standard is definitely coming back because some of these cards are Standard legal cards right now that I never expected to see here. We have a few things from the Brothers War making an appearance. This is a crazy video. I really hope you guys enjoy it. Remember, we'll have the Ramble Jamble at the end of the video. Let's get this party started. Let's see what we're talking about. Coming in at number 10 this week from Aether Revolt is Gante's Aether Heart, and with 2,483 sales this week with an average price tag of $2.35 US, the market price of $1.96 US, a foil is $10.49 US, €2.97 to get this card into your house. It's around $5 here in Canada. Now, with the new Commander decks from Fallout being announced and the spoilers hitting the airwaves, we have everyone trying to buy cards that will combo with these cards to make these new Commander decks that more lethal. Now, with Dr. Madison Lee, of course, adding energy, you can see that with Gante's Aether Heart, paying a whole bunch of energy to take an extra turn after this one means absolutely nothing. And with cards like Lithoform Engine being able to copy over cards and being able to utilize things with Panharmonicon, Mishra, you have so many options available to you as a player that combination cards, synergy, triggering. This is all going to be amazing stuff for players to try to utilize. Now, number 9 is from Kaladesh as well. This is Aetherworks Marvel with 3,102 sales this week. Average price tag is $6. The market price is $2. You can see a foil is $15 US, €1, 17 cents to get this card into your house. But like the other card before it, Gante, you can see cards like this using energy are going to have a lot of play with players right now. It is the flavor of the moment, and a lot of players are utilizing that opportunity now to buy these cards before they spike or have potential chances to spike, and of course give reprint equity to Wizards later on. Players want to enjoy these cards now, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Guys, I love the idea that these kind of cards are having a second home now in things like Fallout. I'll be very curious to see how this plays out going forward, though. You never know what Wizards is going to do. Now, number 8 this week, Orcish Bowmasters from Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth. This card has not been on the list for several weeks, and to see this card surge back into the forefront at the number 8 position with 3,197 sales and an average price tag of $45 US, the market price of $41.24, a foil is $47.92, and of course €47.50 to get this card into your house. It's around $65 here in Canada, depending on where you're buying the card. Now, Orcish Bowmaster, of course, with its flash, everyone knows this card. I don't need to say much about it. It's the idea there's so many sales. Something's going on here. It already had, some decent sales a few weeks back, but it didn't make the list. And here we are seeing a major jump in the actual amount of stock sold. Is a very curious thing indeed. Let's go ahead now and take a look at the number 7 card this week, and that is Go for the Throat, and this is from Brothers War. Now, again, this is a standard card right now. I think it's still standard legal, right, everyone? It's kind of weird that standard's coming back. But the amount of sales, 3,204 sales, average price tag 57 cents, market price is 47 cents, a foil is $1.77 US, 32 cent euro. It's a buck here in Canada. Now, for Go for the Throat, this is an instant, and it does say destroy target non-artifact creature. This gives it quite a bit of versatility against upcoming decks, and if you're playing a Brothers War artifact deck, I guess it gives you a little bit of an edge. You don't have to worry about somebody using it against you, but I guess it's the instant speed. It's very cheap, and if players are getting back into standard and they need a play set of 4, it wouldn't take a lot of sales to make this kind of volume happen. Now we're looking at the number 6 card. This is Quick Study from Wilds of Eldraine. I kind of expect cards like this to be here. They're so fun. They're so versatile. Being able to draw cards is always an amazing thing. 3,229 sales this week. Average price 25 cents, market price 19 cents, foil 30 cents, 18 cent euro, 50 cents here in Canada. Now, Quick Study is an instant that lets you draw 2 cards, 1 blue, 2 generic. I use this in every blue deck I've been playing right now, trying to find ways to draw more cards to make my decks more powerful and to get ahead of other players in what their drawing capacity can be. I'm trying to outplay them. We'll see how it goes later on. Right now, I'm running at about 50% win rate. It's just not enough for me. All right, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the number 5 card this week. This is Rat Colony from Dominaria. I was surprised to see this here, too. And look at the sales volume, 4,209 sales. I look at this now, I'm going, some crazy stuff is going on. I think it's players getting ready for the upcoming Bloom Burrow. They're getting rats, they're getting rabbits, dogs, cats. Living together, mass hysteria. I'm thinking of Ghostbusters, guys. I can't help myself. Average price is $5 US. Market price $4.91. Foil is $6.50. €2, 46 cents to get this card into your house. And of course, here in Canada, it's around $8. So what are we looking at? When you take a look at Rat Colony, in case you haven't seen this card, it's a creature, it's a rat, 1 black, 1 generic. Rat Colony gets +1/+0 for each other rat you control. A deck can have any number of cards named Rat Colony. Of course, that means it kind of a play on the good old plague rats and stuff. They just got bigger and bigger. This is very interesting to see the amount of sales, though. It means people are making rat decks, I guess. It's kind of crazy, but that's where the sales are going. It's crazy, crazy fun to think somebody's building Rat Colony decks and collecting these cards up. Number 4 this week is Recruitment Officer, the Brothers War. Again, the Brothers War. 4,729 sales this week. I love it. This is just crazy cards coming into the top 10 this week. Blew my mind. The card's average price is 30 cents. The market price is 15 cents. A foil is 40 cents. And of course, 19-cent euro to get this card into your house. So what does the recruitment officer do for you? Other than recruit you, obviously. It is 1 white for a 2/1 creature that says Human Soldier, pay 1 white, 3 generic. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card with mana value 3 or less from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Now, if you're playing with a lot of cards with a lot of low casting costs, value 3 or less, and there's still some very powerful cards that fit into that area, I can see why players may be trying to use this and try to, again, find a way to just out-position yourself on the battlefield. And again, standard legal still, so cards like this are going to see a lot of sales apparently. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the number 3 position card this week, and that is Curiosity, Wilds of Eldraine, Enchanting Tales. 5,921 sales this week, an average price tag of 25 cents, a market price of 9 cents, a foil is 30 cents, and you're looking at 13-cent euro to get this card to your house. It's around 50 cents here in Canada. So Curiosity is a 1 blue enchantment aura, enchant creature. Whenever enchanted creature deals combat damage to an opponent, you get to draw a card. Not the most powerful card, but you know what? It can be used. Players can have fun with this, but the volume of sales, think about it, you're only talking, a few $1,000 if you bought them all by yourself because they're 9 cents a card. So cheap. Now, number 2 this week, kind of a surprise. I saw this earlier when we first had it released, but here we have Candy Trail. Candy Trail had 6,193 sales October 13th to the 20th. Now, this card's a little more interesting to me. Average price is 21 cents, market price 12 cents. It's a common, guys. It's very, very affordable, 50 cents here in Canada. So what are we getting for Candy Trail? Candy Trail is a 1 generic food clue. This is just a food clue artifact, but it says when it comes into play, scry 2. That's actually that's a very good point. When you get to scry 2, you're looking ahead, you've seen what's coming. But then you can also sacrifice Candy Trail, and you gain 3 life, and you get to draw a card. So you can get one of the scryed cards, you can do something at the end of a turn, you can use Lithoform Engine, how about Elish Norn, and of course, Sir Ginger, the Meal Ender, and why not even a copy artifact, and find ways of recursioning. And guys, lots of possibilities with cards like this that people forget about. When commons can be this powerful and offer this many unilateral multi-effects, it just can't be ignored from a player's standpoint of how you're going to use this card in a deck and how often you're going to use it. This is right now playing in one of my artifact decks I'm creating right now just to try some stuff out, and it does give me a lot of card advantage. It keeps my life flowing if people are really hitting me hard with a red burn deck. I can see why players are using it. I wanted to try it out and see what I could build, and yeah, I mean, it has play. It has play. All right, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the number 1 card. You've waited all week. 6,743 sales. It's Restless Cottage. I know, threw me off for a little bit here. So the average price for this card is $1.49. The market price is $1.51. A foil, $1.75. €1, 12 cents to get this card to your house. $2 here in Canada. So what are we looking at here? Well, the Restless Cottage is a land. Of course, you can activate it and it becomes a 4/4 black creature. I have commented in the past that in the last couple of years, since Dungeons & Dragons Adventures in Forgotten Realms, when they gave us Hall of the Storm Giants, Den of the Bugbear, people don't utilize enough land destruction. And there are so many lands now that can become creatures that if a player leaves themselves open to board wipes, you wipe the board, everything now says can't destroy non-land stuff, so you wipe the board, your stuff all animates into creatures and starts beating the pulp out of them, becomes a non-creature on their turn, and in some cases they can't kill it. I think we're seeing some turning of the guard here, a little bit of a point system here, where you might see in the next couple of years a lot of land tribal decks. That's not happening yet, but I want to make mention of it because there's a lot of combinations that can fit with these cards, and a lot of decks like to utilize these as backup creatures. So some cool stuff. Now, before we wrap up today, let's talk about what we've seen. There you have it, everyone. You've got cards coming from Commander. You got cards coming from Standard. You've got everything under the sun, including Lord of the Rings. It blew my mind to see the sheer volume of sales of that particular card. And Sheoldred the Apocalypse is still a card people are looking for. It's on all kinds of wish lists. Stores are out of it. If you know it's a card sought after in your area, please put that down in the comment sections. Let me know where you're from and what's going on there, because I just wonder if people are going to start opening more Dominaria United looking for that particular card because it's a really hot one that people want. It's all over the place. Either way, thanks again for hanging out with me on the channel today. If you're doing any shopping on TCG Player, don't forget to use my affiliate link found in the description of the video. Just click the link. It'll take you to TCG Player for your shopping experience. The channel gets a 3.5% kickback to the channel. 3.5%, man, helps me buy cards for the channel and for the 20K party. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow for the reserve list top 10, the hottest selling cards in the reserve list, and of course the live stream 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Looking forward to seeing you guys then. Have a great day to everyone. Don't forget, bring a friend to Magic. Hey guys, a big shout out and thank you to all the fantastic patrons I have supporting my channel each and every day. Remember, without these patrons, this kind of content would just not be possible. Thanks again to all my supporters out there. Looking forward to seeing you on the live stream. Have a great day. We're here at the Ramble Jamble. We made it to the end. Just so you guys know, for the update on TCG Player, I haven't heard anything. So right now my link is still active. I don't know when they're doing the actual changeover. I'm still waiting to hear back if they're going to tell me anything, but I ain't giving out no information. So if that happens, I will inform everyone. But you made it. You're here at the cinematic universe at the end of the video, and I can tell you right now, those sales are crazy. I can't tell you how many cards hit like the 1,1600 mark. They just didn't make the video, because there's so many smaller cards with just such huge sales volumes. This stuff was insane this week, and I don't know if it's going to continue as people get into standard and start buying 4 of stuff and start picking up some of the cheaper cards by the 1,000 because they're the most easily utilized cards that will be most effective when they're doing that kind of deck construction for a standard deck. Guys, crazy stuff out there. I understand the Doctor card for the Aether Revolt stuff all fitting together, the synergy there. It just gives Wizards of the Coast some reprint equity later. Never forget that. They always key things together. I'll do a video on that later just to remind people how these things work, because you can save yourself a lot of money hitting these things up before the reprints come and knowing and understanding what to look for. Thanks again for hanging out, guys. Thanks for being here at the end of the video with the green screen in the background, and I'll see you guys soon. Have an awesome day, and don't forget, we're only about 520 away. 520 until we get to that 20K party. So if you're here at the Marvel Universe ending, don't forget to drop a comment saying 20K party, bring it on. I'll see you guys then. Have an awesome day.